Hello guys and welcome back to our channel Barca Admirers for your daily coverage of all the latest news updates and transfers roundup regarding football club Barcelona. In this episode, we have several reports concerning the transfer of one of our youngsters as Araujo reportedly survives a major scare, while on the other hand, Barca are expected to land a star forward by the next season along with many more such updates. So make sure you watch this video till the very end without skipping over any part. Now before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share it with the Blaugrana friends and click on the bell icon and press all to turn on all the notifications. For the first one today, we have some really reassuring news as the latest reports by the Catalan media suggest that Barcelona starlet Ronald Araujo is not ruled out for XAVI encounter despite a major injury scare that he received in the last game against Celta Vigo. Last night's Barcelona's 3-1 victory over Celta Vigo should go a long way in ensuring a second-place finish in La Liga this term, but the joy of the victory was marred by a nasty clash of heads between Barcelona youngsters Ronald Araujo and XAVI during the second half of the encounter. It was XAVI who initially looked in bad shape, as Araujo, being the beast he is, quickly got up and covered some distance before eventually falling to the floor unconscious. The situation happened to be quite serious as Araujo was rushed to the hospital soon after the clash of heads, as the play was stopped for 10 minutes while they received treatment on the pitch. Fortunately for the fans and XAVI himself, the club soon confirmed that Araujo had only suffered a concussion and the condition is not thought to be serious. The defender was expected to remain in the Barcelona City Hospital to receive the necessary treatment, but the concussion should not rule him out until the end of the season. This morning, a report from Diario AS has offered an update on the situation, claiming that Araujo will be discharged from the hospital today itself. The treatment has been carried out and it appears that the doctors have received much positive reports. Diario AS goes on to suggest that the defender might even be in contention to feature against XAVI in the next match. Barcelona are all set to take on XAVI on Sunday, where a win could be enough to mathematically seal a second spot in the league table. Araujo's availability in that fixture could serve as a massive boost for XAVI, especially at a time when Gerard Piqué has been ruled out for the remainder of the campaign. In fact, the higher we finish up in the league table, the more amount of prize money we receive from La Liga at the end of the season. However, Barca will likely take the cautious approach, knowing that they cannot risk one of the defensive linchpins just before the summer break, while the players will have to regroup with XAVI to lay out plans for the next season. As such, the game against XAVI could see Clement Lenglet enjoy a start in central defense alongside Samuel Umtiti. Now, since we are put in a position of unease every time one of our defenders picks up even a minor injury, it looks like we are a little short-staffed on defense, and to counter that, Barcelona want to sign a high-profile centre-back and they have 5 players on the list. That is what the second news update is all about. The Blaugrana are expected to sign at least 2 players in the upcoming summer transfer window, with Andreas Christensen and Frank Kessie both expected to join the club on a free transfer. But as revealed earlier, it appears that Xavi Hernandez is looking for another centre-back in the summer, with Jules Koundé emerging as one of the top targets. Mundo Deportivo has now followed up on that report, suggesting that Barca are exploring no less than 5 potential centre-backs ahead of the summer transfer window. Of course, the list is headed by Jules Koundé, but the Catalans are also keeping tabs on yet another centre-back thriving in the Liga in the form of Pau Torres. Others on this list include Manchester City's Aymeric Laporta and Matthijs de Ligt of Juventus. Barca are also looking at Mohamed Salisu of Southampton, but the reports suggest that Barca may find it difficult to find moves for any of these defenders as they are deemed way too expensive. Pau Torres, for one, could easily cost around 60 million euros, having showcased exceptional performance at Villarreal over the past couple of years. Meanwhile, Koundé is valued at a whopping 75 million euros, as Sevilla regard him as one of the best defensive talents in all of Europe. One would expect de Ligt to command a similar price tag, as he is considered arguably the best young centre-back in the world. While Man City's Laporta could be relatively cheaper, the Premier League champions will still look to recoup on a majority of the 60 million euros they had spent on the player back in 2018. Salisu could prove to be the cheapest option on this list. The Ghanaian international has showcased brilliant form since joining Southampton for 10 million euros, but one would expect the Saints to hold out at least 35 million euros for the services of their priced defender. And that's enough about centre-backs today. Moving on to the offence part, Barcelona have met Premier League Golden Boot winner Sadio Mane's agents and they're eyeing a deal in 2023. A recent report from Spanish news publication Mundo Deportivo has revealed that Sadio Mane's interest in leaving Liverpool is very much real, with the superstar forward favouring a move to Barcelona in the summer. Catalunya Radio has now offered an update on the situation, dismissing any possibility of a summer move to Camp Nou, as the club are not in a position or in the mood to meet the player's €90 million valuation to Liverpool. Liverpool themselves could appear reluctant in offloading Mane at the end of the season, even though the winger's contract at Anfield expires in 2023. The report suggests that Barcelona's board members had met with Mane's agents back in February, but it appears that they're not eyeing a summer move, as paying the club's hefty demands could disrupt the financial structure. Instead, the Catalans are eyeing a bossman move for Mane at the end of the 2022-2023 campaign. The Senegalese international will be a free agent at that time, allowing Barca to avoid paying the transfer fees. The former RB Salzburg player is holding out for a lucrative €10 to €12 million per season contract. It is quite a fortune, but significantly lower than the demands of top targets Robert Lewandowski, Erling Haaland has already moved on, and fellow Liverpool teammate Mohamed Salah. Barca remain confident that they can land Sadio Mane in the summer, as the player himself has expressed a desire to become a part of XAVI Hernandez's setup at Camp Nou. However, in order to sanction such a move, it is essential that Barca rebuild properly. It could make it imperative for the club to offload French players. Fortunately, it appears that the Catalans have already started the overhaul, with Aston Villa currently on the verge of sealing a permanent move for Philippe Coutinho for a fee of around €20 million. Others could soon follow suit. Next up, we have an update on an outgoing transfer, as it's being reported that Portuguese giants are now interested in signing Barcelona winger on loan. Portuguese Primeira Liga side Sporting Club de Portugal are said to be interested in signing Barcelona's 22-year-old winger Francisco Trinca on loan. According to news outlet A Bola, Sporting have been chasing Trinca since 2021. The team did try making an effort last summer, while the player moved to the English Premier League instead, joining Wolverhampton Wanderers on a season-long loan. Now, he did not really start off as a first-team regular, but he has seen more minutes in the second half than he did in the opening games. So far, the 22-year-old has scored 3 goals, followed by an assist in 28 matches across all competitions. Sporting's interest comes after it was confirmed that a certain Pablo Sarabia won't continue beyond the ongoing season. The 29-year-old has been playing on loan from Paris Saint-Germain and will in fact return to France, where his deal expires at the end of the season. And so, team manager Ruben Amorim has identified Trinca as someone who can perfectly replace the departing Spaniard. The report claims that the Wolves do have a purchase option worth €30 million in place for Trinca, but the team has already communicated a desire that they do not wish to continue with the winger beyond the current deal. Hence, once Trinca returns to Spain, he will hardly have a place to get regular first-team minutes, mainly because there is actually no more space left in the roster. As such, it will be so difficult for XAVI to consider him even for cup matches. And so, Barcelona's approach is pretty much basic. As reported earlier, the current idea is to have Trinca back in the team at least for the pre-season tour, and in case there are any significant offers, they will open the proceedings. If Barca can get a deal which involves a mandatory option to buy, they might as well hear what Sporting have in the offering.